It's feeling like a Friday, isn't it? Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it is. Yes,
I
it
think
is.
so. I
Yes.
think so. Hello, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. It is what you need to know, and it is Wednesday, so that means Myra J and Stephen Hill from their undisclosed locations.
Yeah.
And welcome, welcome, one and all, for what you need to know. This is our last cast of the week. We will not have one tomorrow because the biggest turkey of them all, that would be George Wallace, is unavailable. So we will not have. I'm kidding, George. I'm just kidding.
At least,
And
at least as long as Donald Trump is alive, so there's that.
Okay.
oh, yeah, there is that. And of course, we will have what you need to know newsletters Thursday and Friday because the news never sleeps.
That's what we
Yeah.
do.
That's exactly right.
Like
And those.
rust. Like rust.
Sometimes we need a little scraping off, but like rust, we keep going. How are you, Stephen Hill?
I'm great.
In the happiest place on earth?
Let's see.
I am so jealous. I am so jealous.
I invite y'all all of the time.
Yeah, you do.
One day y'all take me up. But yes, I'm in my happy place. This is my happy place, south of the border, in Mexico.
Can I ask you a question? Something
Of
that
course.
happens every time we're on camera.
Yes.
What goes on with your ears when we are doing this cast?
Okay, you really want to know? So my
Mhm.
ear cavity is extremely small. And so, but when I used to wear headphones, it would bleed. So instead of the bleed, I apologize. I have to do this every time to make sure it sticks into my ear. One of the sides, it's a longer story, but one of the sides is smaller. So it's rarely this one. It's always this one. So I apologize.
No,
Is that noticeable? Is that noticeable?
well, it is for me because I really thought you were doing an earring adjustment.
It is my attempt at sonic satisfaction.
It's like, boyfriend, you need some posts, okay? All this.
Maybe just clean the backings off with a little alcohol. I don't know, but I thought maybe that was the answer. I wasn't sure. And my attempt at sonic satisfaction is usually a freeze something or other and cheese fries.
Oh. Well, I'm on the wrong show if that's what we're talking about. There. Tell you that right now.
Myra's thinking more rabbit. I'm thinking more of fattening food. Okay, so here we go. All right, so let's start with what has happened tonight. Has been the announcement. No surprise that Donald Trump has begun the great procession of pardons.
Pardoning turkeys. Well, he started yesterday,
Yeah,
and it will continue until he
yeah.
leaves office.
Except this time it's the human turkey that he is. Yesterday it was the animal type, but now it is or conceding, however you want to call it. Yesterday, but today he has pardoned Mike Flynn, who probably and the really interesting thing about this, and we lost Stephen Hill. Did we offend him asking him about his earrings? Did you think?
He probably went to change. It's okay.
Okay. Maybe he's coming with some hoops now. I don't know. Yeah, to join us. Yes. So Mike Flynn is a man who pleaded guilty, and now he has taken back his plea in hopes of getting another trial. And now Donald Trump has come in and said, nope, no need to fear. We're not going to go any further with your implication or having to do having any untoward relationships with the Russians or the Turkish people. I'm going to pardon you. And of course, you know that he has commuted the sentence of Roger Stone. He has pardoned now Mike Flynn, and there are others still to come. Steve Bannon probably will be one of those.
Yeah.
The only one that probably will not happen is Mike Cohen, Michael Cohen, his former attorney.
Right, because he wrote a book.
And he will sing for anybody that asks.
Yep.
he will tell the Trump story to anyone who asks. So that is the news that has come out just this afternoon into the evening, and a lot of conversation about that as we get ready for the big holiday.
And the really, really sad part about all of this is because we try to get people to believe in the justice system and, and do all this. And once again, money talks. And if you got friends in high places, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter
Yeah,
because you can get pardoned. Trust me,
right,
there are so many people sitting in jail right now going, WTF,
right.
So this is something that's traditional in a presidential, like when the president
Towards
goes
the
out.
end, yeah,
But usually they are, I want to say less sinister. They're
yeah,
less. They're
yeah,
less
yeah.
like, no, he really did it, and he's a
The
bad guy.
clouds don't hang so
Yeah.
low over these.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there have been exceptions. Scooter Libby, during the Bush administration,
Right.
there has been a Mark. Was it Rich? Mark Rich?
Yeah. Denise Rich's husband.
Yeah, who was pardoned by Bill Clinton. I was going to
Yes.
say George Clinton there for a second. But there have been, there's been some questions about the character. Let's not even go back to Nixon and the
Nixon,
whole
yeah.
Ford thing, right? So there have been, and as you said, Stephen Hill, it comes at the end, and it usually comes at the end of a successful 2 terms. And in this case, it's not so much. And so
Y'all don't know this. You don't realize. You know what's going to happen, right? Because he's trying to sandbag Biden in every way, shape, or form.
mhm.
Every murderer who's not been reformed, Trump's going to be like, I'm letting you go. And Biden, good luck.
Yeah, I was wondering about that and how much time he's going to devote to this in these next 56 days. Let me check my newsletter. It says right at the top of every newsletter how many days. It's 56.
Probably
Uh,
all of them because he ain't doing nothing but golfing
well, and
every
and, and
darn day.
and yesterday he made 2 appearances. One to tout the 30,000 mark that the stock market rose above yesterday, and the other, as you mentioned, Myra, was the pardoning of the turkeys.
Mhm.
So
To, to,
the great procession of the turkeys has now begun.
So the thing about the Dow is that the Dow hit 30 because of consumer of investor confidence because you're leaving office, player. Like that's the reason it hit 30 because you finally
Pow!
said yes to the transition and people are
Pow!
like, ding dong, the witch is
Yay!
dead. Number one, number two, how that Melania was like, "What? How long did you expect the press conference to last? That's how long he usually lasts."
Hello.
It was like a minute and 50 seconds. A minute and 50 seconds. He was there, no questions. Just said,
Yeah.
"I'm great, stock market," and out.
Yeah,
And I think we did hear that line from The Wizard of Oz. Um, And then a little bit later, they came out with the turkeys and stuff, and people are saying, probably what Melania has said all along is that all there is. But
what was she gonna say? F the Christmas, F the children, F the Christmas. I do not understand the children, the Christmas that they expect me to make the decoration. I do just, where are my red bottoms?
So I think that needs a little bit of setup because I, until 2 days ago, had never heard that. Melania
you hadn't
cursed Christmas.
Yes, she did.
yeah,
I'm not making this up. Yes, it's on tape.
I want to make sure people knew that, like, you're not making this up. She
No.
actually cursed Christmas.
She cursed Christmas and she cursed the children.
Yes.
She
the
said
children that she loves, yes.
yes. She said F the Christmas. It's on tape. Now,
Yes.
can you imagine if our First Lady Michelle Obama would have said those words? But when she said it and the tape came out, what did you hear from the Republicans? Crickets.
Oh,
Crickets. That's why so many people haven't even heard about it because they didn't say it. They were like, don't hear it. It never happened. No, it's on tape, ladies and gentlemen. She said it.
And if I don't acknowledge it, it didn't happen.
Yep. Just like this. Happy Christmas.
It is. When I heard it, I couldn't believe it. I
Yep.
could not believe
I'm hoping.
Well, I couldn't believe she said number one and number two. To your point, that it wasn't made a bigger deal of. Like that's a huge thing.
Right.
The first lady curse.
Well, you know what?
Literally curse Christmas.
And the reason why I did not is because I just want this to be done.
Yep.
I just, but it does bear. I mean, especially if you're talking about him coming back in 4 years back for the same job, even if he's just thinking about it and kind of tossing it out there, even if somebody's name Trump or Kushner or whatever, it comes out and says they want to run in 4 years. All of these things should be stacked up and ready to go as they prepare for this 2024 operation.
It's going to take, because it is going to happen in 2024, and currently I may be off by a few, but right now the count is roughly 154 million votes cast in this last election.
Right.
Biden just went over 80. He went over 80
right.
for the count. They're like 98.5% counted. Every single one of those votes is going to be needed in 2024. So keep your stuff updated.
Yeah, get your registration straight. And that is something else that we should talk about. Myra, we were talking about, what to do if you are in Atlanta, what you can do if you don't live in Atlanta, what you can do outside of it. I'm sorry, Georgia. And a lot of this conversation is for those of us who live outside of the state, and what can we do? We talked last week with the great attorneys C.K. Hoffler and Barbara Arnwine, and talking about things that people out of state can do, like send postcards to people reminding them that here are the dates. Here's you're in the middle of the registration period. Here's what happens when early voting begins. Here's the last day of voting period, January 5th, that kind of thing. And we're going to get more information on that. But also, we played a TikTok video yesterday in which a white woman was on Twitter.
I was going to bring that up. Yes.
Yeah. So go ahead, Myra.
If it's the same one, this woman says she works with registration, and they are purging voters, and that she had to purge 11 voters. 10 of the 11 were African American women. So we're asking everyone in Georgia, check your registration. Even if you just voted in the presidential election, go back and check. When I saw it, I checked mine today just to make sure they aren't pulling any funny business.
Exactly right.
So what's the last day to register to vote so people can have a date to do that by date?
The last day is December 7th.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. The day that will live in infamy.
Yeah.
Infamy.
Yes.
Infamy. So yes. Yeah.
And for those of us that, want to go down and work and do things, but, others may not be able to, or in the light of the virus and things like that, may not do. But there are things that we can do, give of our time. We can make calls. We can send these postcards. I'm not sure how good the Postal Service is going to be, but, we'll still send the postcards. And we can make calls and to remind people and, do those robocalls or whatever in order to remind people.
And you can always donate. I know for some people it's like, oh, I don't have
I don't have the money. Yeah.
You can $5 goes a long way. Trust me. And now, just like I said, because I'm gonna keep it real with you, they gonna bug the hell out of you. Once you give over 75 cents, they gonna bug the hell out of you. But it's only for one more month. So
we really appreciate that 75 cents.
I see.
Could you give us another 75? Could you give up that Mukalaka Haka pumpkin spice latte and send us a little bit more? And good news, we're able to triple your money tonight before midnight.
Yes.
And it's a lot of that. So, but
I'm like, y'all ain't even cashed that. I'm like, y'all need to make sure that $5 check cash first before you ask me.
Clears.
Stephen Hill and Myra, we may have that video of the
lady,
the woman that lives in the White House.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah.
Or no, just give me a couple minutes. Okay, I can't.
They say I'm complicit. I'm the same like him. I support him. I don't say enough. I don't do enough. No. Where I am. I'm working like a asked my ass off with Christmas stuff that, who gives a about Christmas stuff and decoration, but I need to do it, right?
Yeah, but 100%. You have no choice.
And then I do it, and I say that I'm working on Christmas, planning for the Christmas, and they said, oh, what about the children? They were separated. Give me a break. Where they were saying anything when Obama did that?
I know.
I cannot go. I was trying to get the kid reunited with the mom. I didn't have a chance. It needs to go through the process and through the law.
But here's my thing. Hear what you just said. But instead of that, if your messaging, you were so loved.
They would not do the story. We put it out. They would not do the story. You would not believe it. They would not do the story because they would not do the story because they are against us because they're liberal media. Yeah, if I go to Fox, they will do the story. I don't want to go to Fox.
Yeah. Effing Christmas. The effing Christmas and the effing children. F them all. F them.
They don't like me.
They won't do the story. And I want to tell them be best with the Christmas, but they tell me
I have the story. They won't do the story. They won't do the effing story. Come on.
Amazing.
And she tried to reunite a mom and a kid, I guess was the story. And we got 700, 800 kids that need to be reunited with their parents.
Hello.
Yeah.
And this was 2 years ago. So just imagine what things were like then as opposed to now. As we know, hundreds and hundreds of kids still in cages and still not reunited with their parents.
That's true. Now, on the bright side, she is about to be divorced. So, Melania, in case you watch it.
I so believe that. Like,
Which part? She going to divorce or she going to come my way?
Didn't the New York Times report that when he first went to the White House and she was sitting in New York because the child was in private school, didn't they recently report that the real deal was she had her lawyers renegotiating the prenup? Yeah, that's what took her so long to get to the White House. So I'm sure, somewhere in the fine print it says, I did not sign up for this, and once this is over and I get through flicking your hand away, that I'm going to walk away and go back to New York, and you can stay down there in Mar-a-Lago.
And my parents and I will stay here in Trump Tower, and you probably don't even want to see the boys. So
Yep.
The only one you really want to see is Ivanka. And we're good. Yep. There's a lot of speculation there, but be that as it may, that is, and Yolanda, if we can find that TikTok of we have that. Okay, so moving back to the story, we're talking about Georgia, Stephen Hill, and the people who are being purged. Georgians who have just voted have been purged. Yes. And it's being recommended that no matter how recently you voted, especially if you didn't, but no matter how recently that you voted, please
check it again.
Check your registration.
Yeah.
This is for Black women who live in the state of Georgia. If you're not a Black woman who lives in Georgia, or you don't know a Black woman who lives in Georgia, go ahead and scroll. It's not for you. Ladies, they are purging you from voter registration. I register people every day, and today I've registered 11 people who voted for the presidential elections and did no longer show up as registered voters. They're purging you. Of those 11, 10 were Black women. They know how you vote. They know you carried us and saved our asses, and they're purging you. Go to my voter page. Make sure you're registered. If it shows your name and address, you're good. If it gives you a long paragraph, you've been purged. Re-register. You have about 11 days. The runoff is coming.
God bless her.
Yep.
I swear she deserves a Nobel Prize or something. I
Yep.
don't know what the category. Maybe we should just get a Soul Train Award. I'm not sure.
NAACP Image Award.
That's
Award.
hilarious.
Yes,
So
yes.
funny.
Derek Johnson, please, can we get her an Image Award? That's perfect. That is
Yeah,
absolutely
really is.
perfect. Thank you so much. But as we've said, Stephen Hill, the early voting, I'm sorry, the registration goes until the 7th. The early voting begins on the 14th, which for those of you who don't already know and have not watched the show this week, that's the day after Coy Malone's birthday. December 14th is early voting. And then they will have the last day of voting. Don't listen to them. Don't, if they tell you any time other than January 5th being the last day to vote, that is it. Was looking at some numbers for the campaign, and both of the races, they're tied.
Wow.
Literally, like
Really?
48, 49% apiece. Yeah.
That is great news.
That is awesome, isn't it?
That's very, very good news.
The amount of money being poured into there is astonishing. It's funny how the Republicans would like to say that the Democrats are pouring so much money in here, and Chuck Schumer was a dumbass for saying what he said, because they can always point to that. Like, first we take Georgia, then we take the country. But Republican spending is almost 2-to-1 versus Democratic spending in that.
Yeah. And as Yolanda says, don't believe the polls. Don't believe the hype. Let us not depend upon that. It's usually just a good barometer, but if you remember South Carolina and how that ran, and of course that's not the way that it ended. And I don't mean to laugh at Jamie Harrison and the situation there with Lindsey Graham. Oh, look at me flipping with my little small hole.
I'm okay now.
Okay.
It's passed.
Myra,
It's okay.
It'll be your turn, Myra.
Okay.
Remember Jamie Harrison and what the numbers were like in South Carolina, which virtually showed him in a runaway election against Lindsey Graham. It did not happen. And so don't believe the numbers, only believe the numbers that come out on election night or thereafter.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. So, and even Donald Trump is going, yeah, son of a gun. Yeah, they're right about that.
And they are literally recounting again in Georgia right now as we speak.
Yes.
Which is another waste of the taxpayers' money. But you know what? If he want to be a 3-time loser in Georgia, bring it on, DT. Bring it on. You're gonna lose again. Loser.
She said, bring it on, DT.
The irony, of course, is that even if by miraculously he won in Georgia, he still loses the election.
Like
this is just it's such
But
sportsmanship.
he's going after those states with the large Black population, wanting to do away with the Black voters that did not vote for him. If you look at the states, Georgia and with an emphasis on Atlanta, you look at Pennsylvania with an emphasis on Philadelphia, you look at Michigan with an emphasis on
Detroit,
right? Wisconsin with an emphasis on Milwaukee. And the only one he doesn't really want to go after is, and I don't think he's scared of us, but he's not looking at Chicago. But maybe the bosses will come alive and
well, let him roll up on Chicago. Notice he never came on the South Side to speak. Never.
No, but we remember when he told us that one cop told him when he was there campaigning for his first run that he told him, I got the solution and I know how to do away with all this crime in Chicago in a week. We can get rid of all this. Never got that. Never got that information.
No, never rolled up on 79th Street to speak to the people.
He mentioned
he's done so much for, more than any other Black president. Yeah.
In his acceptance speech, he mentioned Chicago, didn't he? He mentioned the infrastructure in Chicago, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely
Dan
right.
Ryan's still crumbling, player.
And it's mostly from bullet holes, by the way. I'm not proud of that. Here's a story off the New York Times talking about Senator Perdue in Georgia. Stock trades by Senator Perdue said to have prompted Justice Department inquiry. Investigators focusing on a sale of at least $1 million of stock in Cardlytics, a financial firm whose board the senator once sat on, and they closed this case without charges. But they are looking at where after he had been on the board, 6 weeks later, its share price tumbled when the company's founder announced that he would step down. So perhaps this $1 million deal and some insider trading, which has also been something that Kelly Loeffler has been accused of.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right after they found out that, the pandemic and the whole thing, then they went and traded all these millions of stocks that they sold. And no, we didn't do anything wrong. You know what a coinky dinky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Meanwhile, Martha Stewart's going to tell me about it. Yeah. It's so not happy.
She's like, I'm back here smoking weed with Snoop Dogg.
Okay, I'm good, but if you need me to come, I'll send you a package of something. But
Okay.
So one of the stories we did on What You Need to Know newsletter is about the stimulus package and the fact that we don't have a second stimulus package. That a group of economists, one of them, leading economists as they call it, one was the Obama top administrator economic advisor. And 127 of them are signed an open letter asking Congress, Democrats and Republicans, to please get to work on this stimulus package. If something has to be done, they are even going and quoting the Urban Institute, saying it's not just one stimulus check that people need. We need at least two, along with the unemployment benefits, because people are going to stop. The benefits are going to stop. Unemployment is going to stop at Christmas. So that is their form of punishment there. There's no check coming. Your unemployment is going to stop. Already people have lost all of their health insurance. And people are trying to just get through these holidays for their children's sake, if nothing else. And people are sitting in lines to get food for tomorrow.
People who've never had to get in line before, and to piggyback on that quickly, for those of us who are fortunate enough just to have some extra dollars, even if you give to different organizations, this is a great time to support small and minority businesses.
Yeah.
If you're going to do any kind of Christmas shopping or just to support them, you can go online and find just about anything you may want to get. Get it from a minority business. Please. These people are hurting.
When you're about to order from Amazon, think and see if you can get it from a Black-owned business.
Right.
It is the same number of clicks. All right, maybe one more click, but you can afford that to get the thing you want.
That's right. And thank you all for leading into tomorrow's newsletter, because we are starting to talk about, spend your green with Black. And
I like that.
Yeah. And so we are going to give that for the next 2 days, Thursday and Friday, talking about doing your business with Black-owned businesses and how you can do it, not just in your town, you can do it around the country. We will have a link, right? We'll have a link in which people will be able to go and touch base with all of these businesses that are listed throughout the country that are doing business. Because you're absolutely right, Myra and Steve, it doesn't take that much longer to do it. And we are helping people who need us at this time. And trust me, I am the biggest Amazon
I am too.
garden tool you'd ever want to meet. I really am. But Jeff Bezos doesn't need our money.
No.
He doesn't. And, like I give books to kids at Christmas time. And so my effort is going to be to go to those Black-owned bookstores.
That's right.
And it's Mark Lamont Hill has a bookstore in Philadelphia, and it's Uncle, it's based on his uncle's name. But anyway, look for those businesses that you support, owned by our Black brethren and sisterin. Okay?
Yes. And not to mention that with the Thanksgiving holiday coming up and people not losing benefits, there is a very good chance that it's going to be so ugly right after Christmas time when it comes to coronavirus.
Yeah. Oh, between
yeah.
now and Christmas, absolutely. As people are getting together who are defying the recommendations, and getting together with people who should not perhaps be doing that. So between Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, it's going to be.
Yep.
Thank you. Mark Lamont Hill's bookstore is Uncle Bobby's. How could I not remember that? Yeah, Uncle Bobby's bookstore and coffee house, I believe. So that's in Philly. Myra, somebody else is a Black business. And don't say we never did anything for you. Don't forget your hotter than a mofo hot sauce.
Yes. And Medusa bookstore here in Atlanta, I think.
Right.
Yes.
And Myra, that's been around for a long
time. A long time. Yes.
Yeah. Dr. K Woods on YouTube has a good idea. I'm gonna kind of take his idea. He's talking about a specific bookstore, but like buy your Barack Obama books from a Black bookstore.
Yes.
Buy your Barack book from a Black store.
A promised land. Yes, absolutely. Just in case you don't know, he's setting records, y'all. But we can help out these bookstores because everybody's going to be giving this book to someone at Christmas. And so definitely let's get them there and show our support as well. And Lord knows we're going to be doing good in our hoods. And let's try to continue to do that. So as we were saying about the stimulus checks and what have you, they're suggesting the Urban Institute is suggesting 2 stimulus checks in order to help people because this one check that was 10 months ago. You know, not 10, but over 6 months ago that many people got it, if they got it at all. And so, and businesses that did not get any stimulus money because of their relationships with banks. Well, maybe they've established the relationships. Maybe there's a better way. Maybe in this new administration, there's going to be a way with the new Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, will go into place and will make sure that these businesses, small and medium-sized businesses run by people of color, will be able to get some of that stimulus money, as we like to say. Where my stimulus money?
That stimulus money is a matter of as a health issue because if you don't get the stimulus money, you're going to keep a business open that should probably be closed for a little while, right? And as the number of cases uptick in coronavirus and COVID, and look, Thanksgiving is going to be a super spreader event everywhere. We're just going to have to wait for the results. So that stimulus check should be promised. It's got to come because people will leave businesses open that they shouldn't leave open. I've walked the streets of New York, and it's worse now than it was in March. In March, it was a ghost town. Right? It's worse now, and businesses are still trying to pull people in. It's dangerous, my friends.
Wow.
It's dangerous.
It really is.
And people will work who probably shouldn't, but they need the money.
Right.
They absolutely need the money. So.
And think about this. Just this past week, the governor of California is telling all business of the restaurants, especially, you cannot have inside, outside, nothing. The curfews are at 10 o'clock. I mean, it's happening everywhere. And people, are still trying to get out there and to make some money.
I talked to a friend of mine in LA today is Wednesday, 2 nights ago. She said, what was I thinking? I was just going grocery shopping, not remembering that it's Thanksgiving, and they're shutting everything down. She said, it's like Armageddon. She said, just trying to get into a parking lot, shelves are empty. She said, because people are really stocking up because they know they're just about to shut California down right before the Thanksgiving holidays.
Yeah. And the limits are back on the toilet paper. They're back on cleaning products, if they have them at all.
I went to the store today and found a double pack of Lysol wipes. When I tell you I held it over my head and went down the aisle like, oh, snap. wipes.
Oh
I
my
haven't
God.
seen them it was a double pack.
I know, Myra.
I feel your joy. I feel your joy. I do.
Trust me. Seriously, you all know I love slot machines. This was like I had hit a jackpot. I swear,
Yeah,
that's
exactly what I was gonna say. You should
that's
feel
how,
like
that's
you
how
hit
I
the
felt.
slots.
I wasn't even looking for them. I just went down the aisle and went, okay, I'm being punked. Somebody punking me. I know this is gonna be some popcorn in here or something. And nope, found them.
Oh, that's
That's
so
funny.
great. That is so great. I'm
I'm
so
happy for you.
happy.
Thank you so much.
Happy
Wait,
wiping.
wait,
Happy
wait,
wiping.
wait, and we will be. I'm gonna be laying them out like little napkins, like tablecloth napkins tomorrow for me and my son. Here, your Lysol white baby. Look what Mama got for you. We serving that right up next to the macaroni and cheese.
Aren't we thankful?
Yes. What are we thankful for? I found
Okay.
Lysol wipes.
Okay. And not your generic, you got the real.
They were
The real ones.
Lysol. Yes.
It was LY, not LI.
Not with two L's on the end. No.
Right.
Lysol wipes, the real deal. I couldn't believe it.
I am so happy for you.
Me too.
So let's talk about this congressman out of Iowa. Have you guys heard the name Steve King before?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
So you know that he is an avowed racist.
Yes.
He is one whose history as a racist, as a homophobe, as I'm not going to say what other alliances he has, but he has been known to dally with people with the same three initials in their names.
Yeah, but didn't he also say he didn't understand when talking about white supremacy was considered as racist?
Yeah.
That guy.
White nationalist, I believe is the term.
Yeah.
White nationalist.
Thank
White
you.
nationalist.
Yes.
So he's no stranger to this, and as a matter of fact, he is not going to be in Congress much longer. This is the end of his term, and in Iowa, so his days are numbered in the United States Congress for right now for this next term, because who knows what's going to happen after that. So he goes on Twitter and asks about the heritage of our vice president elect, and asks if she is a descendant of a slave or a slave owner. Yeah. This is a case of a man, not only, yeah. How about both?
How about
Hello.
Jaden, my 16-year-old, is an American history and could answer that question.
Yes.
What?
Yeah. So it's not that he doesn't know the answer to this. This is what kind of racist he is. Do it and putting questions like that up there as sort of his last jab, or the last nasty racist thing that he can do before he's swept out of office and into that ash can that he deserves to be in. And I'm not saying that about Iowa. I'm just talking
Right.
I'm actually heartened by Iowa's action, right? I'm heartened by Iowa because he is an incumbent.
Right.
He got beat in the primary.
Yep.
He got beat he didn't even get to November. He was like back in the wait. Well, I'm out already.
Right.
Yeah.
It must be all black people in Iowa got me. Nope, that ain't it. That's probably not it. Nope.
All five of them.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
kidding, Iowa. I know there are lots of people. I know.
No, don't. There ain't that many more. I mean, let's be clear. I mean, to be honest, we love all of you that are there, but they.
Yeah. It's no Detroit. Okay. So he asked this question, and as I said, anybody with just an ounce of sense, and that would be the people who voted against him in the primary, understand our history and how this worked between slaves and slave owners. And yes, she was probably a descendant of both.
It reminds me of many years ago when I worked at the employment office in Van Nuys as a new employee, just started training, and they put me on the information line. And this woman, Caucasian woman, came up and just looked at me and went, "Oh my God, oh my God, dear, those eyes. Are you mulatto? What are you? How did you get that look you have? And I said, well, back in the days of slavery, when the white man would rape the slave woman, and they pulled me off of information. The first they had me in the back room. Remember back in the day you had the yellow unemployment book? I was in a room by myself. And they would say, I said I was misinformation. You all put me on the information desk. She asked the question, I answered it. Yeah, so that was my brief time working information at the employment office as a new employee. Yeah.
Oh, Myra, can I ask you also, Myra has great stories about her employment. And so let me, and I think you know which one I'm going to ask you to do.
Which I probably don't even remember now, but go ahead.
Okay. So let me just say, we're doing stories also Thursday and Friday, and we're talking about a different look at the holiday. One of our youngins is totally against the whole idea of Thanksgiving. And so she gives her thoughts on this, not observing Thanksgiving as it is called. And another story is about people in prison over the holidays. And so one of my favorite stories from Myra J is when she worked in a prison and how she became friends with the people. And when you walk the line for lunch and at the cafeteria.
Yes.
I'm intrigued.
Yes.
I want to hear.
Yes. Well, with my job, when you go in, you are in there the whole 8 hours. You don't leave for lunch. But they had a special buffet line for the staff and employees. So everybody there, all the inmates called me Sister Myra, white, black, or whatever. And so I would go, and if they were having chili, and I'm like, I want some chili, and they would spoon the chili. I'm like, oh, let me get some mashed potatoes, and they would take their eyes and go. and that was a signal to me, like, Sister Mary, you don't want the mashed potatoes. And I would be like, okay, how's the coleslaw? How about that? Can I have that? Oh yeah, you can have that. You can have that.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
True story. They be like, you don't want that today.
Yeah, that's funny.
There's very little that I have not remembered from Myra J's Tales from the Working World.
Tales from the Crypt. Yeah. Yep, that's when I worked in the prison, ladies and gentlemen. Don't leave the word out. It's on social media. When I worked in the prison, yes.
Because Myra did you get a master's in social work?
I got a master's in education. I can hear y'all laughing on the internet. Stop. I did get a master's. I got a master's in education with my field of emphasis was social work. Yes.
There you go. So don't laugh at the Myra J's and her critics. She got critics.
I got critics.
That's
and
right.
street critics too. Yeah.
Stephen Hill, have we had an update on Bobby Brown's son?
I have not at all. I've heard nothing since last week.
Okay.
I don't know if it's because the family's keeping it close or what it is, but I have not heard.
Okay. Oh, Van Johnson, I've been trying to reach you. Mayor Van Johnson in Savannah. Hello, and hoping to come your way as a part of the voter registration and the campaign in Georgia. So let's stay in touch, and would love to get involved there in Savannah, Georgia, with what's going on there.
It's my daddy's hometown.
Your daddy's from Savannah, Georgia?
I didn't know that.
My daddy's Savannah, Georgia. Absolutely.
I don't know why I thought your father was like.
You know what? You know what? I am proudly the product of slave owners.
I can see the slave part.
You know what?
For some reason, I thought your dad.
right.
Mr.
That's what you're doing.
Savannah.
Okay. Savannah, please.
And where in Ohio is your mom from?
Piqua, Piqua.
Mm-hmm.
It's 25 miles north of Dayton on
Okay.
Route 70, intersection of Route 75 and 36.
So your family is from the big city.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Myra.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Myra, where's your family from in Mississippi?
My father is from Belzoni, Mississippi, and
Okay.
my mother is from the no longer existing Fitzhugh, Arkansas.
Okay.
Fitzhugh.
The town that no longer exists.
No longer exists. Because when I was little, I could never understand what she was saying. I was saying, fit you, like, do your shoe fit you? And that's how I thought it was spelled. And I used to look up F-I-T-C-H-U, like, fit you. And I'm like, well, she said it no longer exists. Fit you.
And what am I laughing at? My grandparents met in Yazoo City, Mississippi.
All right.
Yeah, big town. Yeah, Tougaloo. Woo. Yeah, the Lou.
Well, Belzoni is known for having the country's only catfish museum because it's by the Delta. You laugh at Sybil, but this is the funny part. There's no catfish in it.
What?
I'm gonna need a little bit more of an explanation. Just a tiny bit more.
Is that sort of like having Rock and Roll Museum in Cleveland? What? How is that possible?
Look, I don't. They right over there in the water. They could just take a couple and put them in the museum every day. I don't know why there are no live catfish in the Catfish Museum.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I'm going to stop on the road and go to the Catfish Museum, I'm going to need to see some catfish.
You would think. Down
swimming around, you know. I don't care how far bottom of the pond
this
they
is
are.
all you gonna get.
Of course, the irony about the Catfish Museum, since you go to see catfish, there's no catfish there, is that you're actually catfished by the Catfish Museum.
I love it.
Boom.
Yes.
I'm unsure when I was going to bring that home. I was able to bring it home. I didn't know.
Yes. I love it.
And you are so far from home, and yet you're bringing it home.
I brought it home.
Oh my God. Brilliant.
It's all full circle. I love it.
Brilliant.
I love it.
Brilliant. We are not here tomorrow, but I do want to give a shout out to one of my absolute favorite entertainers, and that is the one and only Tina Turner. Is going to be 81 this week, and so I want to give a shout out to her. And I have 3 autographs. In my life. One is Bill Pinkney, who was the first Black man to sail around the world alone. The second is Michael Jordan, and the third is Tina Turner. And now I'd like to know where those autographs are. But perhaps in my next move, I'll find them. I don't know. You guys have a wonderful holiday. Myra, are you going to be together with the boy?
Yes. And next week, I will let you all know how easy it is to get gravy stains off a face shield.
Nice.
And Stephen Hill, you're going to be in paradise.
I'm going to be here. in chorizo and refried beans in place of turkey. I'm very happy about that. And then
Did I see you drinking margaritas?
No. Yes.
Oh.
What? And doing a digestion session tomorrow for Sunglasses and Soul Music. When you finish your food, come on over. Got some music for you.
Yes. I'm so glad you said that. And I will be hosting on Friday with Griff. Wait a minute, this way.
Oh, Griff. Yeah.
Yes. This is for the Madam Walker Legacy Center. This is on Eventbrite, people, and
nice.
It's free. So go on. This is going to be Friday at 7:00. Nice live jazz, and this French African musician named Mappy, who's also very, very good. So go on. It's a free thing Friday night, and chill.
That's 7 p.m. your time.
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I wish I knew the name because one of the co-sponsors is a Black-owned wine company, and I don't have their
Oh, but if
product here.
you don't, they didn't send you a little something to stamp?
They're sending it, but it didn't come today, so it'll probably be here Friday morning. Trust me, if it was here, I'd be holding up. Right here with it.
When you do get it, send it to us and we'll put it up, okay?
Great, I will. Thank you for
Okay,
that.
all right, cool. Okay, so Sunglasses and Soul tomorrow, Myra Friday at 7 p.m. and that event is on Eventbrite, right?
Yes.
Okay. And Steve, Saturday night?
Saturday night, Saturday got Heart to Heart with Stephen Hill and Heart and Soul, Sirius XM, channel 48.
Okay.
That's right? Yeah, I get that right. That right. Yes.
Yeah.
The dulcet tones. Come check out the dulcet tones. That's some great music.
And it's so great to hear Stephen Hill do radio again. It is just, come on, player. Come on, player. All right, you guys, have a wonderful holiday. Please be
Happy
safe.
Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving.
And I'm
The
very
Weeknd got
thankful
gypped in the Grammys.
for you guys. Oh, should we talk about that for a quick second?
Yes, should.
About how gypped The Weeknd got in the Grammys?
Yeah.
Sure. One of the more popular songs of the entire year, a critically acclaimed album, a popular album, an artist who really is a pioneer and goes forward and got no Grammy nominations. Now, I appreciate how they're trying to change the system, but The Weeknd got gypped out of that. I am glad, like PJ Morton got a gospel one and Black Pumas. Like, so I love alternative, and Jacob Collier makes my ears really smile. But The Weeknd got gypped. The Weeknd got gypped hard. It's my opinion. Just my opinion, though.
And congratulations to Beyonce and others who got their nominations as well. But and The Weeknd was not happy, and rightly so.
By the way, between Beyonce and Jay-Z, that couple has 159 Grammy nominations.
Wow.
So Jay-Z is, wait, do I have it right? Jay-Z's tied with Quincy Jones with 80, and Beyonce just got her 79th. 159 Grammy nominations.
Wow, good for them.
Good for them.
So pass some of those out to The Weeknd.
Share.
All right, I love you guys. I'm very thankful for each of you, and I'm thankful for all of you who join us every day and read the newsletter and all of that. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful holiday, and we will see you all back here on Monday.
Okay, stay